we'll get into the match preview now. Everton versus Brighton. It is another away day, another tough away day at the Amex Stadium against Brighton. I'm going to drink some water yet again. Bit of ASMR for you guys. Another tough away day, man. Look, Brighton are one of the more proficient outfits in the Premier League. I know they finished, 15th, but the way that they play, the way that Graham Potter has them playing, they just need to score goals, and they're doing that. And it's going to be an interesting game. They are undefeated in the Prem, but to be fair, they did versus Burnley and Watford, so we can't really speculate too much on how good or bad they're going because it is just the start of the season. They've won their 2 games, so the 6 points, undefeated, all that sort of stuff. And I think the biggest takeaway from the first 2 games of the season from Brighton is that Neil Maupay is scoring goals. And that was a problem last year. Their striker wasn't scoring goals. He's doing that now. So I think that with that midfield that they have, McAllister's a really tidy player. Obviously, Basuma is a fantastic player in that midfield. And I think that it's going to be another tough midfield battle here for Doucouré and Allen. They're going to be facing Basuma. Enoch Mwepu as well, their new signing from Salzburg, is a really tidy midfielder as well, and obviously McAllister too. So it's going to be a really, really tough midfield battle, and whoever wins that midfield battle means that they will win the game. I really think that this game will be won or lost in midfield. And if Allen plays the way that he did against Leeds, and if Doucouré plays the way he did against Leeds and Southampton, then I think we'll come away with the win. I am confident for this game. Because I get it. Brighton away from home, Amex Stadium. They've already had their welcome back to the Amex. They've already had that home game. The sort of, I don't want to say the passion, but the sort of hype of being back in the grounds after 18 months is sort of gonna die a little bit. So then we can then take advantage of that. They play very open football, and we saw last year we beat them 4-2. We definitely have goals in us, but they definitely have goals in them as well. They're a very, very good attacking outlet. A very good attacking outlet that just couldn't put the ball in the back of the net last year. It seems like they're doing that this year. They've scored 2 goals in each of their 2 opening games. And they did it against Burnley, and Burnley are well known to be a very solid defensive team. So it's going to be a tough fixture for us, definitely. It's going to be a game that we need to sort of, I wouldn't say go defensive. I would say play more of the game we played against Leeds, where it's and last season as well, in a lot of our away games, where it's more counter-attacking football. But this season is different because it's counter-attacking at pace. Whereas last season it was sort of counter-attacking, but it wasn't at pace. This season will be counter-attacking at pace because you have the likes of Demarai Gray pushing the players up the field faster. You have players like Doucouré who have a license to get forward. You have players obviously like Richarlison, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, whoever starts off the right, whether that be Townsend or Iwobi. I think that will have a really, really good chance at this game, definitely. One thing I definitely want to touch on here in terms of the Brighton game is that Michael Keane needs to be nowhere near the starting 11. After the mistake against Southampton, after the mistake against Leeds, Michael Keane cannot start in this game. Whether you have Mina and Holgate, whether Godfrey's good to return back and you have Mina and Godfrey, it needs to be Yerry Mina and someone other than Michael Keane moving forward. It cannot be Yerry Mina and Michael Keane. It cannot be that again, because not only is Michael Keane down on confidence, and as I said at the start of the podcast, he is a confidence player, Michael Keane is a ticking time bomb, and it's only a matter of time until he does something stupid and he gives the ball away, or he miskicks, or he does something dumb and we concede, especially against Brighton, especially if he's getting harried by players like Neil Maupay or Alexis McAllister or Basuma. He can't do it. We cannot have Michael Keane in the starting 11 again today. We just can't. And I'm praying to all that is holy that Ben Godfrey is back, because Ben Godfrey and Yerry Mina are our best 2 centre backs, and they're our best pair of centre backs. They're the best pair of centre backs that we've got at the club right now. They need to be playing week in, week out, building that familiarity with themselves, and Michael Keane just can't be a part of that because he's a ticking time bomb, and I cannot have him in our defense again. But yeah, I just can't. just that game against Leeds just sort of solidified in my mind that Michael Keane cannot play football. Cannot play football for this football club. The amount of pressure that he's under, the amount of the fact that he's a confidence player, he cannot play for this football club. So it needs to be Yerry Mina and someone else. If Michael Keane is on that team sheet, I'm going to be worried. Every time I see Michael Keane on that team sheet, I'm going to be worried. I cannot have him starting this game. I cannot have him being in this game. Think about what would happen if Michael Keane was in a backline against Liverpool or City or Chelsea. He would get destroyed. He would get absolutely destroyed. And Brighton are no exception, because Brighton are a very good attacking outlet. They're a good attacking team. So you cannot have a defensive liability against a good attacking team. I don't know what Keano's doing in training. Maybe he trains like a beast, but whenever he's on that football pitch and there's 22 players there, thousands of fans, tens of thousands of fans in the stand, he cannot do it. So he cannot start this game for us. And I trust Rafa. I want to say this. I trust Rafa to do what needs to be done to win this game, or at least get a result in this game. I back Rafa Benitez to do what needs to be done, whether that be personnel-wise, whether that be tactically. I'm looking forward to watching this game because the way we're playing is a very nice attacking brand of football, whether that be on the front foot, whether that be sitting back and counter-attacking. This is a nice counter-attacking or attacking football team, something that we didn't see under Carlo Ancelotti. And I'm sounding like a big Rafa Benitez fanboy right now. I loved Carlo. I loved that he was at this football club. I loved that he seemed to love the city. I loved that he wanted to be here and build a project, and he said all the right things, but he's a mercenary and he left for Real Madrid, and that left a really, really bad taste in my mouth. Rafa's come in. He's a man of the city of Liverpool. He loves the city of Liverpool. And yes, he was Liverpool manager, but that was so long ago that it just really doesn't matter anymore. And he's come in and he's gotten these players fit. We saw that against Leeds. And he's got these players within a mentality to attack the game and to just put teams to the sword. We've seen that happen. We've seen after half time, if things aren't going our way, he'll change it and get results as a result of changing it. So I trust Rafa Benitez to get a result in this game. Obviously, more players will come back as well. James Rodriguez potentially finishing his quarantine and coming out and maybe getting involved in this game. Obviously, Moise Kean will have another week back in training. Jean-Philippe Gbamin as well. Hopefully, Ben Godfrey will be back too. So that'll bolster our squad a little bit there and hopefully give us more options as well. Obviously, with the Huddersfield Town game midweek, it's going to be interesting to see how things change here and there with the starting 11, obviously, to deal with fatigue. But I do have high hopes for this Brighton game. I do think we're going to win the game. I'm going to say Everton 2, Brighton 0. Clean sheet, nice 2-0 win away from home. And that's 3 games on the trot unbeaten. And I think that's a really, really good start to the season. But yeah, I'm definitely confident that we're going to win this game.